Hi, it's Gift here. And I have a question for you. I heard many times that people talk about house hacking. What does it mean is house hacking?
That's a good question, Gift. House hacking is using your primary residence as a way to earn extra money. Now, what upsets people is when they learn that a house is a liability, their personal house is a liability, even though it's making appreciation.
No,
it is not a asset.
In my mind, when you own a house, that is your asset, right?
It's not. It's a liability.
Okay, before we go too deep, let's just introduce who we are.
You got me running, you got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. Raise your hands up. Raise them up.
Why do we talk about
I'm Glenn. I am with 23 Homes. I am a licensed realtor. I am a Class A general contractor, and I am an international project manager. Gift?
And Gift Hughes. We are the team of 23 Home, and we are licensed in real estate in DC, Maryland, Virginia. We have a lot of review. We have a lot of lovely clients that we serve. Anything about real estate, we are your real estate solution. Contact us. We can help you too. So Glenn, back to house hacking.
Yes.
All right, let's go deep on what is exactly house hacking. You mentioned about liability. I thought house owning the property is assets, right? So explain that. Why you said is a liability?
So it's a liability because your house is an expense. So for example, you have to maintain the house. You have to put a new roof on it. You have to mow the lawn. You have to make sure the vents are clean and working properly. There's too many items that you have to maintain in a house that become a bit financially onerous. Thus, a home, you got to pay a mortgage too. Wow, the biggest thing, goodness gracious. Thus, a home is a liability and not an asset because it's not producing money for you.
It is. How owning a home, of course, when it's the up market, you always get appreciation, right? And of course, we have mortgage to pay. But in the meantime, most people own a home in DC, Maryland, Virginia, or many people own the property and they have equity. So that's what I thought that is like.
Equity is not cash flow. There's a big difference between equity and cash flow. Your house is basically a sieve. It's just sucking money out of your budget each month.
Okay. So, however, I'm sure owning a home always is better. That's how I believe. What is the house hacking to help you offset your liability?
All right, so let me. All right. Well, that's fine. Let's think about this for 1 second. House hacking and investing in real estate are two different types of things. You have to, in house hacking, you own a primary residence. Then what you do is you use that residence to make money. You begin to turn the ship around and start to use your primary residence to generate cash flow. That's very, very simple definition of what house hacking is. Now, there's 4 types of house hacking. I'm going to go through all 4 of them. However, there's a wide range through which you can apply these concepts in order to use your primary residence as a means of generating cash flow.
Yeah, not everyone would like to share the space or create what most investors like us thinking, right? Because owning a home is American dream. You start family. That's how we are. I love comfortable living. I love beautiful home. I love decoration, all of that emotion stuff. But if you're looking on the other side of real estate investment, if you want to own just at least one home, then you utilize one property, primary residence that you pay for the mortgage. How can we make it work for us? That is the house hacking come into place. Okay, give them what is the answer, Glenn.
All right, the four ways to house hack. And again, there are a bunch of different gradations or combinations or modifications to these 4 primary ends. The very, very first thing is to, obviously, like Airbnb, they rented out couches. So rent a room in your house. Or if you have a 3-car garage and you only use 2 spaces, rent out part of your garage or a section of your garage. So the very, very first one is renting something out inside your house to somebody else, whether it's storage, a place to sleep, or a room.
Yeah. So many people do different things. We have teach our clients.
By the way, we
different
have done all of these things.
Yeah, so ourselves we done, when I start meeting with Glenn, he have a townhouse, so we rent some garage out.
Actually, I had a roommate before before I even met
Right.
Jeff.
So that's it's good for single people, right? Or people that feel like, especially in our area, I would say we live in such an expensive area, and to pay for the mortgage, to own the property, it can be expensive, right? But with that cost, if you have somebody to offset your payment, have the tenant, maybe one room, you don't want to have too many people, maybe one room, one person. In our area, rental is also expensive, right?
So everybody's familiar with DC, and I'm sure they've heard of Dunn Loring or the Dunn Loring Metro if you drive the Metro. We have a colleague of ours who sold a property to his client, a single professional woman of all different things, and this particular house is worth about $1.5 million and has 7 bedrooms in the particular property. She is renting out 6 of the 7 bedrooms and living mortgage free. So now what she can do is save 100% of her salary because she doesn't have to worry about gas, water, electric, or the mortgage.
Yeah, with that cost, not for every level comfortable, right? Not for everybody. And one other thing is when you do that, make sure you don't get in trouble. When I say get in trouble, is if it's HOA know about it, or the house that then have HOA, it can be a violation. You don't want to rent to many people or things like that. So I would say depend on the situation on the buyer, but think about client, right? So wait, before that, owning $1.5 million is a dream to me, right? So by the time the payment pay off is so good, and you can buy another house, reinvest it. So that's a good option. So she's single, doesn't matter. She happy. She doesn't care.
So we talked about renting one room, or we talked about renting multiple rooms. The second way is to purchase a house and you live upstairs and you have a downstairs basement. The second way is renting out your basement or renting out a loft. Like a section over the garage to somebody that has a private entrance. So that's number 2, which is rent out your basement. Now, that being said, in the Bronx, I'm going to say that probably this Bronx, New York City, the Bronx Bombers, the New York Yankees, I'm going to say that probably close to 60% of the houses, the brick houses that were built in the 1930s and 40s, those basements are all rented out either to a child, a grandchild, a friend, or a stranger, be that they did backgrounds, because they've all converted these basements into apartments. They added in a bathroom and
that's
a small
why I said
kitchen.
it makes sense for the expensive living in like us area or New York. So what number 3?
Number 3. All right, number 3 is flip it around. You're not going to like this one. You live in the basement and rent the upper part of the house out because you're going to make more money. So if you rent it out to a family or you rent it out to a couple of folks, then that's a really good option as well too. So you live in the basement and you rent the main house out.
Not everyone comforts level to do all this stuff, but for some people, especially young professional in our area, I think it makes more sense, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So what's the last one?
The very, very last one is a little bit more sophisticated. However, you really need to kind of do your pencil it out and make sure that you know your numbers, which is buy a multi-family unit. Gives you 100% of your own privacy because you get to live in one of the apartments and you either rent out the other one if it's a dual or if it's a quad, which means there's 4 in there, you rent out 3 and then you live in 1.
Yeah.
This gives you a tremendous amount of tax leverage as opposed to 1, 2, and 3. The 4th one really maximizes the 5 ways. There's 5 ways, which is a totally different video, so you got to come back for more. There are 5 ways to make money in real estate. Much better than the stock market. And that's even another video. So there's 2 other videos that if you've not seen, then you don't know everything about real estate.
Yeah, so if they want to know more about this, what do they do, Glenn?
Go to 23homes.com, 23homes.com. Follow us on this video. Give us a call at 703-707-0334. We'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, we had done so many transactions. We're helping so many of our clients build wealth through real estate, from the fix and flip to buy and hold to even own the first home, right? So please consider buy your first home if you haven't done one yet. And then once you have a hard time, just do this, right? Do the house hacking. So more question about house hacking, we can walk you through the process one-on-one without any headache. We have so many clients done so that they're all very happy,
Yep.
right? So you like, subscribe, or share if you think this video is valuable to you or somebody else you know. So remember, we are your real estate solution. We go extra mile to help you sell the home for more money so that you can experience peace of mind. Anything you need about real estate, we here to support you. We also have a team too, like the help
do.
you with
Yep.
the contractor. You're looking for a contractor, we have everyone, you can name it. All right, so look forward to see you again. Subscribe and like.
Bye, everybody.
You got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it.